the screech of tortured tires, a flash of blinding headlights. Then darkness swallowed everything. Ryo's car had hit Hiro's at full speed, an act of cruel precision.
My head throbs. This ceiling is unfamiliar. Why does everything feel so wrong? That face in the mirror. It can't be. Why do I see Ryo's golden eyes staring back? This is a nightmare. I am not him. I am Hiro.
You are worthless, Hiro. Just a clumsy wrench monkey. Stay out of my way.
I remember now. He ruined me. He ended my life.
The memories crashed through Hiro's mind, but the body he inhabited moved with Ryo's strength.
I'll destroy you from the inside, Ryo. I'll take everything you ever loved.
In that sterile room, a stolen face twisted into a grim smile. The revenge had begun. A sharp knock cut through the sterile silence. The nurse entered without waiting.
She called me by his name. I have to answer. I have to be him, finally. Don't take all day. I've got a championship to win.
The nurse flinched at his tone, accustomed to the racer's notorious temper. She worked in silence.
His voice came out of my throat like poison, but it worked.
Left alone, Hiro found a celebrity magazine on the side table, open to a spread on Ryo's penthouse.
Is this where he lived? A palace of glass and steel, while I had a cramped room with a leaky window.
In the drawer, he discovered Ryo's wallet, credit cards, racing license, and a photo of a smiling girl.
Who is she? Another piece of his life. I'll learn every secret, then I'll burn it all down.
In the mirror, Hiro watched Ryo's stolen face twist into a smirk, hard as concrete. The mask was set. The discharge papers were signed with a hand that felt wrong. Then Saki appeared, purple hair and oil stains.
You look like you crawled from the wreck. Let's get you home.
That's Saki. She was always kind to Hiro. Now I have to become the scum that tormented him. Save your concern for the car. Just get me out of here.
The car's fine. It's the driver I am worried about. Get in.
The car sped through the city, Saki's eyes flicking to the mirror like a hawk, scanning for prey.
She's watching my every move. This mask has to be perfect.
You haven't insulted me once. Did the crash knock your attitude out?
Maybe I realized what matters. Or maybe you are just more irritating than usual.
The penthouse door closed behind them. Saki's stare remained sharp as a blade. The following morning, Hiro stepped into the racing team headquarters, a cathedral of chrome and ambition.
Late as usual. The crash didn't humble you, I see.
That voice, Shindo, the man who owns Ryo's soul.
Your contract is ironclad. Win the championship, or your career dies with the wreckage.
I'll win. I always do. Don't waste your threats.
After the suffocating meeting, Hiro slipped into Ryo's private room, searching for something real.
This drawer was hidden. A journal, Ryo's private thoughts.
The pages were filled with tight handwriting, not race strategies, but names, numbers, and a single repeated word, control.
He was trapped too. Shindo had hooks in him deeper than I imagined.
As Hiro read on, the mask of the bully crumbled, revealing a prisoner. The web tightened around them both. Hours later, Hiro sat in the cockpit, hands trembling on the wheel. The engine's roar was a beast he had to tame.
Muscle memory is all I have. Don't think, just drive.
The car shot forward, but on turn 3, Hiro's hesitation sent it into a violent spin.
No, I am going to crash. This is it. They'll know.
Ryo, what the hell was that? Bring it in, now.
Back in the garage, Saki slammed her wrench down and blocked his path, eyes blazing.
You are not Ryo. You haven't been since you woke up. Who are you really?
The crash rattled my brain. I am still recovering. Don't make this into a drama. There's no way she believes that. She's too sharp.
Saki held his gaze for a breath too long, then stepped aside. The silence was worse than any accusation. Back in his room, Hiro pored over the journal until the neon city lights dimmed to dawn.
Every race result was scripted. Wins, losses, even crashes. Shindo controlled them all.
Then a name leaped from the page. Hiroshi Kageyama. A journalist who questioned Shindo's empire.
That's my father. They used Ryo to target me, to keep him silent.
A bulge in the journal's spine caught his eye. Hidden there, a small USB drive.
Actual proof. Bank transfers, encrypted orders. This is the noose around Shindo's neck.
Files. Upon files of fixed races, bribed officials, and a recording of Shindo ordering Hiro's crash.
This could destroy them all. But using it means exposing Hiro's body-snatching secret.
The evidence was a weapon, but one that would cut both ways. He was trapped.
I hold the key, but the lock is around my own throat.
In the dead of night, Hiro crept into the silent garage, a wrench in hand, and the USB still burning in his pocket.
Just a tiny adjustment. The engine will sputter, nothing fatal. Enough to see if she knows.
You think I wouldn't notice a wrench monkey like you messing with my car?
She called me Wrench Monkey. She knows I am not Ryo.
Enough games. I checked the old crash data. Something isn't right. Who are you really?
Hiro Kageyama. I died in that crash and woke up in this body.
Hiro? The mechanic who died? That's impossible, but it explains everything.
Shindo had me killed. My father was a journalist. I have proof of everything.
Shindo murdered my brother to keep him silent. We have the same enemy.
In the dim garage, two hands clasped, sealing a pact forged in shared blood and vengeance. Back in Ryo's penthouse, they plugged the USB into a laptop. The screen's glow painting their faces in cold blue light.
These bank records trace back to a shell company, Shindo's cash cow. Fixed races, money laundering.
He's been siphoning team funds for years, but that's not the worst.
Then they found a draft email buried in encrypted files, a contract with fate.
Stage, a fatal crash for Ryo. Collect the championship insurance. Leave nothing. He's targeting you.
He already killed me once. Now he wants to finish the job and make it look like a tragic accident.
The championship is in 3 days. We can't go to the police. He owns them. We need a different plan.
I have to race. He'll expect me to drive perfectly, but I can use that stage to expose everything.
They exchanged a look, heavy with the weight of borrowed time. A plan began to crystallize.
Then we broadcast it. Live. The whole world sees Shindo for the monster he is.
The following morning, Hiro was back on the track, milking every lap for control.
I can feel Ryo's muscle memory kicking in, but I can't rely on it alone.
Meanwhile, Saki infiltrated the media control room, planting a small trigger device.
This little chip will commandeer every screen in the stadium.
Then, Shindo called an impromptu press conference, his voice dripping with poison.
Ryo will join me for a live interview before the championship. A chance for his fans to see their champion up close.
An interview? That means cameras on me. Questions I can't flub. Pressure I don't need.
Distract them with your usual arrogance. I'll trigger the leak when you signal.
In the cockpit, Hiro's grip tightened. The race was hours away, and the plan had zero margin for error.
This time, Shindo, you are the one who's going to crash.
Hiro's fingers brushed against a bulge in his old racing jacket. A letter yellowed with time. I never wanted to be a bully. I dreamed of clean races and cheers. Shindo said, if I didn't obey, he'd end your father's investigation by ending you, so I pushed you away. A photograph tumbled out. A young boy, golden hair, hugging a trophy, grinning without a hint of malice.
That's Ryo. Before Shindo poisoned everything, he was trapped, just like me. His cruelty was a mask to survive. I won't let your suffering be for nothing. I'll expose Shindo and set us both free.
In the window's reflection, a spectral Ryo nodded once. The hate dissolved.
One race, for both of us.
Hiro tucked the letter back, but its fire had already remade his purpose. Hiro's voice cracked as he relayed the letter's revelations, the paper trembling in his hand.
Ryo was a victim too. Shindo forced him to bully me, to push me away.
Then we don't just expose the crimes, we expose the man behind them and his manipulation of us all.
They turned to the laptop, fingers flying over the keyboard, compiling the final package.
Including his handwriting, his secret. The world will see he was as much a prisoner as we were. I'll be the one to press send. If they trace it, they come for me. You still have a life to reclaim.
She's risking everything. For a ghost and a stolen body. Number. We do this together. We stand at the finish line as one.
The data packet was sealed with a digital key, holding the truth that would shatter an empire. In the quiet before the storm, their eyes met, and an unspoken vow passed between them. Race day dawned under a gray sky. Shindo's eyes were everywhere, suspicion curling his lip.
Sweep every inch. Someone's been poking around where they shouldn't. I want the rat caught.
Saki ducked behind a server rack, holding her breath as security guards stomped past.
Too close. The chip is in place, but one more minute and I'd be finished.
An hour before the race, Hiro was thrust in front of cameras, Shindo's hand heavy on his shoulder.
Play the part. Arrogant, but not defensive. Let them taste suspicion. A champion doesn't fear the track. But sometimes, the real race is against the shadows in this sport.
What's he playing at? That insolent tone.
Shindo's grip on Ryo's shoulder tightened, a silent warning. The interview ended with a crackle of static. Now, the grid. Engines roared, and every eye turned to the starting line, where truth would be unleashed. The lights vanished. Hiro's car lunged forward, swallowing the track in a blur of speed and exhaust.
I pushed to the front, baiting him. The car felt tight, then a tremor.
By lap 10, a shudder rippled through the chassis. The engine's cry became a cough.
Shindo poisoned the car. This isn't just a planned crash. It's already failing. Crash too early. The leak won't trigger. Too late. I'll be dead before the signal.
He gritted through blurred corners, ignoring the screech of tortured metal. The crowd's roar, a distant sea.
Lap 50 is the signal. I have to survive until then, just a little more.
The wheel jerked violently. Smoke poured from the hood. The world tilted.
Now, turn 7. He aimed for the barrier where every camera would see.
He didn't pray. He simply let go of the wheel. The car howled through turn 7, but the radio sputtered with Saki's voice, sharp as broken glass.
Ryo, your telemetry is screaming red. Box this lap or you'll be a fireball.
Sorry, Saki. This ends my way. Shindo, you listening? Every crime leaves a shadow, and the light is about to hit.
He can't know. That rat has buried himself, cut his radio. I want that channel dead now.
A tech lunged for the switch, but Saki was already there. A steel fire in her glare.
The frequency's locked. You can silence yourself, Shindo, but not the truth.
Lap 49. The car is screaming, but one more circle, and the world will see.
The engine wailed its final breath. Hiro's hand no longer on the wheel, but resting over his heart. The barrier met the car with a scream of tearing metal. Glass sprayed like diamonds in the flashbulbs. The car flipped once, twice, before crashing onto its side. A crumpled carcass on the sacred asphalt. Red flags snapped in the wind. The race fell silent, every engine cut by a single raised hand. In the media room, Saki's finger hovered over the key. Then she pressed it, unleashing the digital flood. Medical crews sprinted across the track, sirens wailing against the collective held breath.
So this is what it feels like. The price of truth.
It's done. The world sees you now, Shindo.
Every screen in the stadium flickered, turning from the live feed to something else. A reckoning.
Rio, we're even now. Rest.
Amid the sirens and smoke, a laptop sat open, its message already spreading like fire through the world. The massive screens above the track flickered, then blazed with bank records, race fix orders, and Shindo's own signature. A recorded voice cut through the silence, Rio's own, reading his confession. I was a prisoner too.
Number that bastard. He prepared a dead man's switch.
Shindo shoved past his aides, bolting for the exit. But security was already closing in. The crowd surged. A wave of gasps and shouts. Phones lit up like a field of fireflies, recording history.
Run, Shindo. They'll catch you before you reach the gate.
Track marshals cornered Shindo in the pit lane, his silver hair disheveled, his empire collapsing around him.
This isn't over. That crash was an accident. I had nothing to do with it.
A paramedic near the wreckage recognized Hiro's final radio message and linked it to the broadcast. The truth was a wildfire, and not even Shindo's money could smother it now. Inside the ambulance, a paramedic's radio crackled with the chaos outside. Shindo's arrest, the leaked files, Rio's confession echoing over the track.
They heard it. The whole world knows now.
Hiro's eyes opened to the white roof of the ambulance, pain stitching his ribs with every shallow breath.
It actually worked. We pulled it off.
His right hand, numb and wrapped in bandages, he managed to lift it, watching borrowed fingers tremble against the ceiling light.
These hands belonged to Rio. They carried out his redemption for both of us.
The paramedics exchanged glances, mistaking his words for a prayer.
Whatever comes next, I accept. The race is over.
Through the rear window, the stadium lights flickered and died, leaving only the fading wail of sirens. 2 days after the crash, Saki slipped into the private room, a phone clutched in her oil-stained hand.
They disbanded the team. Shindo's in a cell. The police found everything.
The phone displayed breaking news. Rio Nagatsuka's tragic confession exposes corrupt racing empire.
They see him now. Not as a bully, but as a broken man.
The public's calling you a hero. Some are saying Rio was the real victim.
Beside the bed, a newspaper with his own face stared back. Hiro Kageyama's justice.
They know my name. The truth about my father, too.
It's over. You can rest now. Both of you.
For the first time, the weight in his chest cracked open, and a sob escaped into the sterile air. Outside the window, the sun began to rise, painting the city in shades of gold and redemption. That night, exhaustion pulled Hiro into a restless slumber, the monitors humming a lullaby. In the dream, he stood in a dark garage, the air thick with motor oil and memory.
You did it, Hiro. You set me free from that cage.
I hated you. I wanted to destroy you. But now I see who you really were.
Let go of the pain. The race is over for both of us.
I forgive you. Find your peace.
Rio's form dissolved into golden motes, his last expression one of quiet gratitude. Hiro reached out, but his fingers passed through empty light, and the dream shattered.
He woke with wet cheeks and a hollow ache that felt, for the first time, like healing.
The heart monitor beeped a steady rhythm. The ghost was gone, but the boy who had been bullied was finally free. The next morning, a nurse announced visitors. 2 detectives stood at the door, badges glinting.
Identity fraud, sabotage, reckless endangerment. I knew this day would come. I am ready to answer for what I did. Ask your questions.
But the lead detective only shook his head. The public outcry had been overwhelming. A statement was read. In light of the evidence and the service done, no charges will be filed.
They're letting me go. After everything, the system bent.
The paperwork was signed in silence. A final nod, then the door clicked shut.
Free, but I'll have to live every day as Ryo, Can I really start over?
Beside him, the newspaper headline seemed to answer Hiro Kageyama's justice.
I'll carry both names and make them mean something good.
Weeks later, Hiro drove Saki to the racetrack. The grandstands stood silent, a skeleton of their former roar.
It's weird seeing it so quiet, like it's holding its breath.
This place was a battlefield. Now it can be something else.
Are you really going to race again? After everything?
I have to. Not for revenge, for the love of speed, for both of us.
Then I'll build you a car. One that's just yours. No dirty tricks.
Maybe this is what redemption feels like.
High above, in the abandoned VIP box, a forgotten trophy caught the first light for a breath. It seemed a phantom hand brushed the gold. Ryo's spirit, finally at peace. Below, two figures walked off the track, not as strangers to fate, but as its authors. Hiro climbed the empty podium alone, the sunrise warming the cold metal beneath his hands. He stood where champions once wept and laughed, now alone with the sky.
I've carried their names, their pain. Now I get to choose my own. I am not just Hiro, not just Ryo. I am the driver who took back the wheel.
In the polished metal of an old trophy, his reflection showed softer eyes, a warmer smile.
For the first time, he didn't flinch at his own face.
A smile broke, genuine and unforced, catching the sunrise like a victory flag. The track stretched before him, a long and open curve, ready for whatever came next. He was reborn, not as a racer, but as a man at peace. The sun rose higher, and the world was quiet, as if holding its breath for the start of a new race.